Life is a dance of energy, a constant flow of possibilities unfolding before us. Every thought we think, every belief we hold, shapes the reality we experience. But what if I told you that you have already stepped into a new reality without even realizing it? What if the shifts in your world aren't random, but signs that you are aligning with a higher version of yourself? Change doesn't always arrive with fanfare. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it feels like an ordinary day. But beneath the surface, the universe has rearranged itself to reflect the new frequency you are embodying. Today, let's explore the signs that you have shifted into a parallel reality. A reality that mirrors your growth, your healing, and the power of your consciousness. Have you ever walked into a room and felt a shift in the way people perceive you? Maybe someone who used to overlook you suddenly acknowledges your presence. Perhaps an old friend who always dominated conversations now listens intently when you speak. Or maybe, for reasons you can't quite explain, people are treating you with more respect, admiration, or curiosity. This isn't a coincidence. This is a sign that you have shifted into a new version of yourself, and the world is simply responding to your new energy. Everything in this universe is made up of energy, including you. And energy is not stagnant, it moves, it evolves, and it transforms in response to your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. When you change, your external world must change as well. The people around you, the way they interact with you, and even the situations you attract will begin to reflect this new frequency you are operating from. You may notice that some people who were once close to you begin to drift away. They no longer resonate with who you are becoming, and that's okay. It doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. It simply means that your energy has shifted into a reality where those relationships no longer serve your highest good. Instead of mourning these changes, recognize them as signs that you are stepping into a new, more aligned version of your life. On the other hand, you may find that new people begin to gravitate toward you effortlessly. Strangers smile at you more. Opportunities appear in unexpected ways. People who once dismissed you now seem eager to connect. This is because the reality you now occupy holds different energetic patterns. Patterns that reflect the inner work you've been doing. Think about a time when you struggled with self-doubt. Perhaps you felt unworthy, and as a result you attracted situations that reinforced that belief. You may have encountered dismissive behavior, unkind words, or people who took you for granted. But when you begin to embrace your worth, when you truly recognize your value, the world must shift to mirror that belief back to you. You may notice that certain conflicts that once triggered you no longer affect you in the same way. People who used to test your patience may still behave the same, but instead of reacting emotionally, you feel a sense of peace. Their energy no longer matches yours, and as a result, they either change their behavior around you or slowly fade from your experience. Situations that once felt like struggles may suddenly become effortless. Have you ever experienced a time when things just flowed, when solutions appeared out of nowhere, and obstacles dissolved before they could even form? This is a sign that you are now vibrating at a frequency where ease and abundance are the dominant energies. You are no longer in a reality where you have to fight to be seen, heard, or respected. You simply embody the presence of someone who naturally attracts these experiences. And this shift can be subtle or it can be dramatic. Some people wake up one day and realize that the way others treat them has completely changed. Others notice the shift happening gradually as small moments of kindness, acknowledgement, and recognition begin to weave their way into daily life. Regardless of how it unfolds, the truth remains the same. The external world is merely a reflection of the internal world. If you find that people are reacting differently to you, take it as confirmation that you are evolving. You are stepping into a new reality where your energy commands a different response. Trust the process. Allow the old to fall away with grace and welcome the new with open arms. You are always shifting, always evolving. The key is to become conscious of these changes, to embrace them with gratitude, and to continue aligning yourself with the highest and best version of your life. When you do, you'll find that the world around you transforms in the most beautiful ways. Have you ever noticed that the things you once struggled to achieve suddenly start coming to you with ease? Maybe you think about someone and they call. Perhaps an opportunity arises just when you need it. You might even find yourself achieving goals that once seemed out of reach with very little effort. This isn't luck or coincidence. It's a sign that you have shifted into a new reality where your desires manifest more quickly. Your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions create the reality you experience. When you operate from a place of doubt, fear, or lack, you unknowingly place barriers between yourself and what you want. You might feel like you have to work tirelessly, push through obstacles, or chase after things that always seem just beyond your grasp. But when you shift internally, when you align your energy with the belief that what you desire is already yours, your external world begins to change to reflect that. Think about a time in your life when things felt difficult, when no matter how much effort you put in, the results seemed slow or non-existent. Now, compare that to moments when things flowed effortlessly. Maybe you weren't overthinking, you weren't doubting, you simply felt at peace. In those moments, what you wanted may have appeared easily, almost magically. That's the power of alignment. When you shift into a new reality, you operate from a different frequency. The version of you that struggles and the version of you that attracts effortlessly exists in different energetic states. As you elevate your beliefs and emotions, you align yourself with a timeline where things happen faster, with more grace, and with less resistance. One of the first signs of this shift is synchronicity. You start seeing repeating numbers, meaningful coincidences, and signs from the universe that confirm you are on the right path. These synchronicities are not random. They are indicators that you are in alignment with the flow of life. They show you that the reality you are stepping into is one where your desires are manifesting in ways that feel natural and effortless. Another clear sign is that the things you want no longer feel far away. Instead of longing for them, you feel as if they are already a part of your life. You may not physically see them yet, but deep down you know they are coming. This certainty, this inner knowing, speeds up the manifestation process. The more you trust, the quicker things unfold. Obstacles that once stood in your way may also begin to dissolve. You might notice that people who used to challenge you are no longer in your life, or situations that once felt difficult now seem easy. This is because the reality where struggle existed is no longer the reality you are living in. You have stepped into a new version of your life where the path is clear. Your emotions also become a powerful guide. When you are in alignment with your desires, you feel lighter, more at peace, and more excited about life. Even if challenges arise, they don't shake you in the same way. You trust that everything is unfolding perfectly, and that trust creates a magnetic energy that draws your desires to you even faster. It's important to remember that this shift is not about forcing things to happen, it's about allowing. The old version of you may have believed that you had to struggle, chase, or control every detail, but in this new reality, you realize that the universe is always working in your favor. The moment you let go of the need to control, the moment you surrender to the flow, things start showing up effortlessly. You might also notice that your desires are evolving. The things you once wanted so badly may no longer feel important. Instead, new, more fulfilling opportunities arise, ones that match the new energy you are embodying. This is a sign that you have truly shifted. You are no longer operating from a place of desperation or lack. You are now attracting from a place of abundance and trust. So if you're experiencing quicker manifestations, if life is flowing in ways that surprise you, embrace it. This is not an accident. This is the result of your internal transformation. The universe is responding to the new you, the version of you that is ready to receive, to trust, and to step into a life of ease and abundance. Have you ever looked back on your past and felt as though it belonged to someone else? The memories are there, but they seem distant, almost dreamlike. You know certain events happen, but the emotions tied to them no longer feel as strong. It's as if you're watching a movie rather than recalling something you personally lived through. This sensation is not just nostalgia or the passage of time. It's a sign that you have shifted into a new version of yourself, one that no longer resonates with the past reality you once occupied. You are not the same person who lived those experiences, and because of that, the energy of your past no longer holds the same power over you. Your mind, body, and soul are constantly evolving. As you grow, heal, and change your inner world, your external world shifts as well. The frequency you now operate from is different from the one you existed in when those past experiences occurred. As a result, the emotions, patterns, and attachments connected to that past version of you begin to fade away. One of the first signs of this shift is the way your emotional responses to past events change. Perhaps there was a time when remembering certain moments brought pain, regret, or longing. But now, when you think about those same moments, they feel distant, as if they happened to someone else. The pain has softened, the attachment has loosened, and in some cases you may even struggle to remember certain details. This is because you are no longer energetically connected to that timeline. You might also notice that people from your past seem to fade away, not just physically but emotionally. There may have been individuals who played a significant role in your life, people you once thought you could never live without, but now their presence no longer feels necessary. You don't hold resentment, nor do you feel the need to reconnect. You simply recognize that their chapter in your life has closed. This is because you have moved into a version of reality where they no longer align with who you are becoming. Another sign is that old patterns and habits no longer have the same hold on you. Maybe you used to struggle with self-doubt, toxic relationships, or unhealthy behaviors, but now you can't even imagine going back to that way of being. It feels foreign, almost absurd, as if it was a phase that belonged to a completely different person. And in a way, it did. The version of you that engaged in those patterns existed in a different state of consciousness, a different vibrational reality. Situations that once triggered strong emotions may now leave you feeling indifferent. You may find that an old argument or betrayal that once consumed your thoughts no longer stirs any reaction within you. This isn't because you're suppressing your emotions. It's because you've transcended that experience. You have absorbed the lessons, released the emotional charge, and stepped into a reality where those wounds no longer define you. Sometimes this shift can feel disorienting. You may wonder why you don't feel as connected to your past, why memories that once shaped your identity now feel like faded photographs. But this is not a loss, it is liberation. You are no longer bound by old versions of yourself. You are no longer carrying the weight of past mistakes, heartbreaks, or limitations. You have stepped into a reality where you are free to redefine yourself, to create new experiences that align with the person you are becoming. This detachment from the past does not mean you don't honor where you've been. It simply means that you have reached a point where you are no longer emotionally tethered to a reality that no longer serves you. You can look back with gratitude, appreciating the journey that brought you here, without feeling trapped by it. If your past feels distant or unreal, take it as a sign that you have shifted into a new level of being. You are stepping into a higher version of yourself, one that is no longer held back by old wounds, outdated beliefs, or past struggles. Embrace this transformation. Trust that what is ahead of you is far greater than what is behind you. The past was a chapter, but you are now the author of a brand new story, one that is filled with possibility, growth, and endless expansion. There comes a moment when you realize that nothing outside of you truly has the power to disturb your inner state. You no longer react the way you once did. The things that used to trigger you, upset you, or cause anxiety now barely affect you. Instead, you feel a deep sense of peace, a calm that stays with you no matter what is happening around you. This peace is not just the absence of chaos, it is the presence of something greater. It is the knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. It is the realization that you do not have to control everything, that life is always working in your favor, even when things do not go as planned. It is an internal shift, a sign that you have stepped into a new reality, one where your soul leads and your mind follows rather than the other way around. One of the first signs of this deep inner peace is that you stop engaging in unnecessary battles. You no longer feel the need to prove yourself, to convince others of your worth, or to win arguments that do not serve you. You recognize that your energy is precious, and you choose to invest it wisely. When faced with negativity, you do not react. You observe. You do not absorb other people's emotions or let their opinions dictate your mood. Instead, you stand firmly in your own truth, unshaken by external noise. Another sign is that you stop seeking validation from the outside world. You no longer need constant reassurance, approval, or recognition to feel good about yourself. You have learned that true self-worth comes from within, not from the opinions of others. This creates an unshakable foundation where your happiness is no longer dependent on external circumstances. With this inner peace comes a deep sense of trust. Trust in yourself, in the universe, and in the timing of your life. You no longer force things to happen or chase after what isn't meant for you. You understand that what is truly yours will come effortlessly, and what isn't will naturally fade away. There is no desperation, no fear of missing out, only an unbreakable faith that everything is aligning exactly as it should. You also notice that your emotions become more balanced. The extreme highs and lows that once dictated your life begin to soften. You still experience joy, sadness, and excitement, but these emotions no longer control you. You have gained mastery over your mind, understanding that feelings are temporary and that you have the power to choose how you respond to them. Even when difficulties arise, you do not spiral into panic or despair. Instead, you face them with a quiet strength, knowing that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Relationships also begin to change when you step into this peaceful state. You no longer tolerate toxic dynamics, nor do you cling to people who drain your energy. Instead, you attract connections that are aligned with your highest good, relationships based on mutual respect, love, and authenticity. You stop expecting others to complete you or fill an emotional void because you already feel whole within yourself. Another profound shift is that you begin to live in the present moment. The past no longer haunts you, and the future no longer worries you. You understand that true peace is found in the now, in embracing each moment as it is. You stop rushing through life, constantly chasing the next goal, the next achievement, or the next milestone. Instead, you learn to appreciate the simple things: the warmth of the sun on your skin, the sound of laughter, the beauty of stillness. This peace is not something that happens overnight. It is the result of inner work, of releasing old wounds, of letting go of limiting beliefs, and of trusting yourself more deeply. It is a state of being that emerges when you stop resisting life and start flowing with it. If you are experiencing this deep sense of peace, embrace it. You are not losing your passion, your ambition, or your drive. You are simply operating from a higher level of consciousness. You are no longer ruled by fear, stress, or external pressures. You are finally in harmony with yourself and with the universe. This peace is a gift, a sign that you have stepped into a new reality where ease, trust, and joy guide your path. Let it expand within you. Let it lead you forward. And most importantly, know that this peace is not fleeting. It is who you truly are. There comes a time in your journey when you start to notice subtle yet undeniable changes in your reality. At first, these shifts may seem insignificant. A street sign that looks different, a song lyric that isn't quite how you remember it, or an old conversation that now has a new detail. You might even brush it off as a trick of memory, but deep inside, something feels different. The world around you is shifting in ways that defy logic. And the more you pay attention, the more you realize you are no longer in the same version of reality you once knew. These small, unexplainable changes are signs that you have transitioned into a new vibrational state, a different parallel reality. You are no longer aligned with the past version of yourself, and because of this, your external world begins to reflect those inner shifts. One of the first things you may notice is that familiar environments no longer feel exactly the same. A place you've visited countless times may seem slightly altered. The energy feels different, the layout appears off, or the people there don't behave the way you remember. It's not that the place itself has changed, but rather you have moved into a different version of reality where small details have shifted. Another sign is that memories begin to feel uncertain. You may recall an event happening a certain way, yet when you bring it up to someone else, they remember it differently. Or perhaps an object in your home is in a place you don't recall putting it, yet no one else has touched it. These tiny inconsistencies aren't mistakes. They are glimpses into the fluid nature of reality and proof that you have stepped into a different energetic space. You might also notice that people's reactions toward you have changed. Someone who once treated you indifferently may now seem unusually warm and friendly, while another person who was once close to you may start to feel distant. This is because as your energy shifts, your interactions with others shift as well. You are no longer resonating with the same frequencies, and therefore the way people respond to you naturally adjusts. Another unexplainable change you may experience is in your own habits or preferences. Foods you once craved may suddenly seem unappealing, while new interests or hobbies emerge seemingly out of nowhere. You may find yourself drawn to different music, books, or places without any logical reason why. This is because as you shift into a new version of yourself, your desires, tastes, and inclinations evolve to match your new vibrational state. You may also start encountering more synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that seem too perfect to be random. You think of an old friend and they suddenly call. You have a question in your mind and the answer appears in a book, on a billboard, or in a conversation with a stranger. These moments are signs that you are moving in alignment with a reality that is responding directly to your energy. The more you notice them, the more frequent they become. At times, these small changes can feel disorienting. You may question your memory, wonder if you are imagining things, or feel like you are in a dreamlike state. But instead of fearing these shifts, embrace them. They are signs that you are evolving, that you are no longer trapped in the same patterns and limitations of the past. The key to navigating this transition is trust. Trust in yourself, trust in the process, and trust that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Rather than resisting the changes, allow yourself to flow with them. Observe your reality with curiosity, not fear. Let the small shifts be reminders that you are stepping into a higher version of your life, one where your consciousness is expanding and your awareness is deepening. You are not losing touch with reality. You are stepping into a more aligned one. The world around you is merely reflecting the changes happening within. As you continue to grow, evolve, and elevate your energy, these small, unexplainable changes will no longer feel strange. They will feel natural. And soon, you will realize that they were not small at all. They were signs of something much bigger, a transformation into the reality that was always meant for you. There comes a point in your journey when you begin to notice something incredible. Your intuition becomes stronger, clearer, and more undeniable. You start sensing things before they happen, knowing answers before they are spoken, and feeling an invisible guidance leading you in the right direction. It is as if a new layer of awareness has unfolded within you, allowing you to perceive life in a way you never have before. This shift does not happen randomly. It is a sign that you are becoming more in tune with yourself, your higher consciousness, and the unseen forces that guide your path. You are stepping into alignment with your true nature, and as a result, your intuition, your inner wisdom begins to speak louder than ever before. One of the first things you may notice is that you can sense people's energy effortlessly. You no longer rely solely on words to understand someone. Instead, you feel their intentions. A person may smile and say all the right things, but if their energy feels off, you trust that feeling. Likewise, you may meet someone and instantly feel a deep connection, as if your soul recognizes them before your mind does. This heightened sensitivity to energy is a sign that you are moving beyond surface-level interactions and into a deeper, more intuitive way of experiencing the world. You also start making decisions with more ease. In the past, you may have struggled with doubt, overanalyzing every choice, or seeking outside validation, but now you find yourself simply knowing what to do. Your gut feelings become your compass, leading you effortlessly toward the right people, places, and opportunities. Even if a choice does not make logical sense in the moment, you trust it because something deep within you knows it is right. And time again, you see how following this inner guidance leads to the best possible outcomes. Another sign that your intuition is strengthening is that you begin to receive messages in unexpected ways. A song on the radio seems to speak directly to you. A book falls into your hands at the perfect moment. A stranger's words answer a question you have been silently asking. These are not coincidences. They are signs that the universe is speaking to you, guiding you through the language of intuition. The more you pay attention to these signs, the more frequently they appear. You may also notice that your dreams become more vivid and meaningful. They no longer feel like random images, but rather messages filled with insight, clarity, and even premonitions. You wake up with a deep sense of knowing, as if your subconscious is revealing truths that your waking mind has yet to comprehend. Dreams become a bridge between your conscious and intuitive self, helping you understand what your logical mind might overlook. Another profound shift is that you start to feel an unshakable trust in life. You no longer need to force things, chase after what isn't meant for you, or worry excessively about the future. You begin to recognize that everything unfolds in divine timing, and that your intuition will always guide you toward what is best. This trust allows you to release fear and anxiety, knowing that you are always supported, always being led toward your highest good. Your connection with nature also deepens. You may find yourself feeling more drawn to the outdoors, noticing the way the wind moves through the trees, the rhythm of the ocean, or the beauty of a quiet sunrise. It is as if nature itself is speaking to you. reminding you that you are part of something greater, something infinite. This heightened awareness strengthens your intuition even more as you realize that the natural world operates through instinct and flow, the same energy that now moves through you. As your intuition expands, you may also experience a shift in the way you handle challenges. Instead of reacting with fear or frustration, you pause, listen, and allow your inner wisdom to guide you. You no longer feel the need to control everything because you trust that the answers will come when needed. Problems that once seemed overwhelming now feel manageable, as if you have tapped into a source of wisdom far greater than yourself. This deepened intuition is a gift, a reminder that you are always connected to something higher, something that transcends logic and reason. The more you trust it, the stronger it becomes. And as you continue to listen, follow, and honor this inner guidance, you will find that life begins to unfold with more ease, grace, and synchronicity. You are no longer navigating the world blindly. You are moving with purpose, clarity, and an unshakable knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be. You are always shifting, always evolving, always stepping into new possibilities. Trust the changes you feel. Trust the new energy that surrounds you. Affirm to yourself. The more you affirm this, the more you will see proof of your shift. And soon, you won't just wonder if you've stepped into a new reality. You'll know it.